The opening contest, it is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Concordville, Pennsylvania, weighing 228 pounds, it is Joe Mascara. And his opponent in the corner to my left from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 231 pounds, it is Larry Zybsko.
Larry Zybsko peering over this capacity crowd. Zybsko against Mascara. We're set for the action to commence.
Closing for a commercial note. The wrestling fans of the Scranton, Pennsylvania area can certainly look forward to the return of All-Star Wrestling this Monday night, the 5th of May. Appearing in Scranton at the Catholic Youth Center will be, among many other wrestlers, the popular Frenchman René Goulet, joined on the card by Dominic DeNucci, as well by the Samoans, Afa and Sika, along with the Polish power, Ivan Putski, as All-Star Wrestling appears in Scranton, Pennsylvania this Monday night, the 5th of May.
Thus far, all we have is a staring match here, Bruno.
Well, Vince, again, it's Zybsko in the ring, and as long as that in the ring, I just as soon not comment on him at all.
Zybsko backing away now, having something to say to Joe Mascara. Mascara with his hands down by his side. You better get him up. Whether it's boxing, wrestling, no matter what it is, you have to keep your hands up. And an easy takedown for Larry Zybsko. Clearly the more experienced of the two, and Zybsko with a little smile on his face, again having something to say to Joe Mascara. Trying to determine what's going on here. Zybsko, a master strategist. Mascara wants Zybsko out in the center of the ring, and there's certainly nothing in rules, regulations, or what have you to move Zybsko out to the middle of the ring. Now they're locking up. Quick body slam. This perhaps will only serve to anger Larry Zybsko. Joe Mascara looks good, though. Mascara does not have the experience of a Larry Zybsko. Wait a minute. Zybsko complained to the referee about something, perhaps on the surface of the skin of Mascara. And you saw what happened when Mascara's attention was diverted for a moment. What a slam. Kick in the lower rib area. You could hear the boos from this capacity crowd. Over to make sure it's not a choke. You just never can tell with Zybsko. He's almost a Jekyll and Hyde in the squared circle. Zybsko has very few friends these days, but according to Zybsko, he never really did need them in any event. Mascara certainly having his problems after that body slam that he executed at Zybsko's expense. Again, Zybsko finding fault with the way that referee Dick Worley is officiating the match. You know, you wonder whether or not Zybsko would strike the referee. I'm sure many people would say that it's certainly not above Larry Zybsko to do just that. Mascara back to his feet, shoved to the ropes now. Block, and a right hand follow through. A left. Mascara working on Larry Zybsko. Whips him out and into the rope. Mascara moving right in. All right, reversal there. Zybsko has him right where he wants him. Takes him up. Suplex, and he gets him. Larry Zybsko toying around with his opposition, Joe Mascara.
Here is a time, 6 minutes and 1 second. The winner, Larry Zybsko.
Larry Zybsko gets the duke once again. Let's take a little closer look at it, if we may. Here, Zybsko with Joe Mascara. And Zybsko just decided, well, I'll go ahead and end it right about here. He could have done it many times during the course of that match. Zybsko lifts him up, whips him around, and drives him, and there you see he almost drove him head first to the canvas. That's the way Zybsko likes to punish opponents. We return, ladies and gentlemen, with
World Championship belt. Because that's all we've wanted. Nothing else. There's been a few obstacles thrown in front of us. Some demands put up on our shoulders. But we have been packing the load, baby. We have been carrying it for far too long without any rewards. Other than destroying Pat Patterson and Bobby Backlund, we are going to destroy you.
Next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, it is Jose Estrada. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is coming into the ring in just a moment. One of the greatest wrestlers that ever stepped into a ring. It is the former heavyweight champion of the world from Puerto Rico, weighing 229 pounds, Pedro Morales.
Pedro Morales from Culebra, Puerto Rico. The former World Wrestling Federation champion. Little pat on the head there from some of his admirers. He has many of them. Morales just about ready to lock up now with Jose Estrada.
Pausing for a commercial break. The Samoans, Afa, Sika, the newly crowned World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, will see battle this Thursday night in Brooklyn, New York. At the Franklin Lane High School, the Samoans set to take on a most worthy combination to meet them in Brooklyn, Dominic DiNucci, along with his tag team partner, Pat Patterson. It should be a run for the money in tag team fashion in Brooklyn this Thursday night.
Morales can beat you in so many different ways, and he has certainly a very unique style. What do you say, Bruno?
Yes, he has. He's a tremendous wrestler. He's got all the moves. He can come at you sometimes like lightning with those flying get scissors or a drop kick or just so many different maneuvers that he does. He just got lightning speed, knows all the moves, as I said, and just a fantastic wrestler. He's a good friend. I've always a lot of respect for Morales. Vince, a credit to our business.
He also has, which doesn't always work to his advantage, Pedro Morales has a very short fuse in the temper department.
Yes, he has, and I'll tell you, when some of these guys are going to go in there, when they find out that they can't beat him wrestling, and if they think that they're going to beat him by start using some illegal tactics, they can get, we get little taster right now. It shows you just how short that fuse is, because he won't take much nonsense. They want to brawl, he'll brawl with anybody. Whatever they want to do, he'll meet them head on.
I'm not certain, but I believe that Estrada was biting Pedro Morales earlier when Morales had the head scissor on him, the leg scissor.
Well, that's a good way to get him angry. Pedro right now is saying, okay, come on. You started something, let's see let's go at it.
Morales also certainly noted to mix it up on any basis you wanted. He's a very versatile wrestler in that regard. If you want to wrestle on a scientific basis, he'll go that way. And if you want to slug it out, he's game to do that too, isn't he, Bruno?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. He'll go either way. He loves to have a good scientific match. And when he goes in that ring, that's exactly what he tries to do. But then if his opponent chooses to bend the rules, he'll meet him head on, as I say. And that was a clever move right there.
Very clever. And done so smoothly.
Smoothly. Now he's got him hammer locked. And he's got Estrada's right arm hooked as well, and he's got him in a pinning position. But it's a little difficult to pin anybody in this position because you can go into a bridge as Estrada is doing, and it's very difficult to hold him down. Estrada's in a position where he can brace with his feet, as he just demonstrated right now, and bridge up on his head, and it's really hard. Now, you can come down on him as Morales just did, but you can't, unfortunately, keep that at all times. You can't, because you have to concentrate on keeping the arms locked up.
Wow. Morales taking a kick in the head there from Jose Estrada. And Estrada taking a little breather there on the outside. Estrada reaching him, but you saw quickly there the retaliation of Pedro Morales. Oh, wow. Yes, indeed. There more evidence of the short fuse of Pedro Morales.
Well, we've said this time and again before, you can't blame him. I don't blame anybody. When somebody chooses... Oh! That hurts. I was about to say, Vince, when somebody chooses to bend the rules, then he's got to, he's got to expect anything and may come back his way.
Now that could result in permanent injury. Estrada feeling the effects of the punishment that Pedro Morales has been dishing out. Morales a very explosive type wrestler. You never can tell what type of match he's going to have with an opponent. And when you get him down, he seems to have that bit of reserve that it seems really that the only champions have, Bruno.
That's correct. He's very explosive type of guy. He can be caught in a bit of a jackpot, and as you say, he's got that reserve energy, explodes right out of it, comes back and is on you, and he goes like a ball of fire on you. He's just, there we go, beautiful move there, right there, and a hip toss.
Off the rope, nice shoulder block. Morales trying it again. Oh, yes, look at this. It's over. again here on Championship Wrestling. Let's go to slow motion action now. Let's take another look at what we saw. Here, Morales with Jose Estrada. And he goes up and over. And then from there, almost in one motion, Morales with a shoulder block. Morales continuing now. And there, Morales puts on the brakes just in the nick of time. And there, not only do you see the bridge, you see how Morales is really shoving all of his weight down in just to make certain that his opponent, Jose Estrada, can go nowhere. The weight vertically, look at that position, completely straight down, vertically down. Not only the bridge of Morales, but the gravity working for him as well. Now let's go to Bruno Sammartino.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, the former Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and a great friend of mine, Pedro Morales. Pedro?
Thank you, Bruno. Nice to see you,
Pedro,
Bruno.
first of all,
So long. It's nice to be back hot home, baby. This is my home, and I miss it. 5 years, long time.
Well, Pedro, all the fans have missed you now for a long time. They've been getting mail as to when is Pedro Morales coming back, and it's great to have you back because the fans have been wanting to see you back, and you've been gone much too long. And although I know, because we have been kept in touch as far as your travels around the world, but why don't you tell our good friends here as to where all of you been in the past 4 or 5 years?
Well, Bruno, I've been traveling all around the country, you know, and I just came from Japan, and I was in Mexico and Central America, and believe me, I miss the northeast part of the United States because this is like my home. This is my second home, and believe me, anywhere I wrestling, I no go let my fan down, and I'm ready for any kind of action, Bruno.
Well,
It's nice to be back.
well, just watching you in the ring, Pedro, if anything, watching you in the ring, you're every bit as good as you ever were, and perhaps even better. Always fired up. You're looking better shape than you ever have in your whole entire career. You're looking at, what, 230 pounds. You look better than you ever have, Pete.
That's right, Bruno. I've been training hard, you know. I just spent my Eastern vacation with my family back in Puerto Rico, you know, and you know, that time of the week is beautiful because all the family get together for that time, and it was beautiful. And like I say, Bruno, I feel so happy, Bruno, that believe me, I don't find no word to say, Well, I don't know what to say, Bruno.
Well, I'll tell you what to say. There's a lot of Spanish friends here that have missed you for all these years, and they would love for you to greet them in your own native language.
Bueno, quiero saludar toda la colonia latina y hacerle una invitación cuando yo luche aquí en Nueva York o en Filadelfia o en Boston. Y créame que soy latino, hispánico igual que todos ustedes, y jamás permitiré que el nombre de los latinos sea humillado en el deporte de la lucha libre. Soy boricua, soy latino igual que todos ustedes, y créame, necesito el apoyo de todos ustedes. Muchísimas gracias.
Pedro, welcome back. All the best luck to you. We're looking forward to seeing much more of you, and the best to you and your crew.
Thank you very much, Bruno. And I want to say one thing. When you finish with Larry Zybsko, please leave something for me, baby.
All right. Back to you, Vince.
Bruno Sammartino and Pedro Morales. We shall return with more pro wrestling action as we continue in a moment. Monday night, May 16, Captain Luis Albano will bring Alpha Seca, the newly crowned tag team champions, to Long Island. On Friday, May 16, at the Comac Long Island Arena, Lou Albano will not have the Samoans defend the tag team title, but rather they'll be meeting individual competition, Mr. Albano.
I believe I've stressed before that when I show them also individually, it serves a double fact. It proves that as a combined effort they're effective, and individually they're also effective. It's a different type of wrestling because when you're, as a tag team, a combined effort, you more or less rely on your partner. It's teamwork, switching off, going behind. You have to know, you have a game plan out there, and you know when to move in, when to move out, when to tag. So it's a different type of strategy. But you've got to individually be basically a good wrestler either way. You've got to have the wrestling knowledge and balance and wrestling ability. So I don't believe that singly or as a tag team company should differ too much. Thank you.
Lou Albano, wrestling returning to Long Island at the Comac Arena.
Boston returns to
Madison Square Garden on Monday night, May the 19th, scheduled to compete on the Pro Wrestling Spectacular. Will be the most controversial athlete in professional sports today, Larry Zybsko. squaring off against one Dominic Danucci. Scheduled as well in Madison Square Garden. We'll see on the card the undefeated Hulk Hogan, who could very well have an uphill battle when he meets gargantuan Gorilla Monsoon. From there, everyone looking forward to the six-man tag team match, a match for the very first time in which we'll see all three Samoans. Chief Peter Maivia accompany Lou Albano's tag team championship combination of the Samoans against the threesome of Pat Patterson, Ivan Putski, and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Ken Patera will be waiting in the wings, ladies and gentlemen, to become the World Wrestling Federation title holder. One championship, just not enough for Ken Patera. He'll be meeting in the Texas Death Match, no-holds-barred confrontation, the reigning champion, Bob Backlund. All of this in addition to the 16-man over-the-top rope battle royal, the winner of which receives $15,000. Our guest now, Fred Black, representing Hulk Hogan, and I suspect that we'll hear from you that not only plans for Hogan's victory over Gorilla Monsoon, I suspect you feel Hogan will win the battle royal.
McMahon, without a doubt. There's nobody in that battle royal can even come close to Hulk Hogan.
The man that's going to be meeting Hulk Hogan, Gorilla Monsoon, has won many a battle royal.
That's right. He's won many a battle royals, but he's never gone up against the likes of Hulk Hogan. You know, Big Gorilla Monsoon went up to the promoter there in the garden. He said, look, Hogan's been beating these little pencil-neck geeks 2 and 3 at a time. Put him against me. Well, Monsoon, let me tell you something right now. You know what you look like? You look like a big, fat tub of lard. When you turn it upside down, it splatters all over. Well, that's what you're going to be when that man of mine, Hulk Hogan, picks you up in a crotch and overhead and slams you. You're going to splatter all over that mat. You have no class. You have nothing. Don't forget, my man is undefeated against the greatest array of talent in the world. And you're going to be added to that list. Well, you're good, but not good enough.
Fred Blassie. Well, now let's bring on the World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund, to discuss his upcoming title defense very shortly now on the 19th of May. Bob, the Texas Death Match, no holds barred. Ken Patera looks better than he's ever looked in his life. As you brought out, he has additional momentum going for him. He recently won the Intercontinental Championship. Can anything stop Ken Patera?
Well, I don't know, Vince. He's got a lot of things going for himself, and I know how bad he wants it. You know, like when you have the Worldwide Wrestling Federation title around your waist, it's like being, comparing it to football, it's like being on a Super Bowl team, but only one thing different about wrestling. You do wrestling all on your own. You don't have 10 other friends out there helping you, and it's great to win, and it's very tough to lose because you're the only one you can turn to and say, I did something wrong. So if I win this match, I'm going to be very happy and very excited. But if I lose, I'm going to be wondering why I lost, because I don't have anybody standing on my side saying, well, if he made that block, I would have done better if he would have run harder. It's all on your own. It's an individual basis, and that's why wrestling is the greatest sport in the world today, because it's just number one, and that's yourself, and that's winning is what it's all about, and that's what Ken Patera is going to do, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Thank you very much. Bob Backlund, the World Wrestling Federation champion, with his views of the upcoming Texas Death Match, no-holds-barred confrontation with Ken Patera. Coming into view now, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, along with the newly crowned Intercontinental title holder, Ken Patera.
McMahon, this is it. This is Texas Death, and you're right. No rules, nothing counts. Honestly, who do you think this match favors? Old goody two-shoes Backlund? Or do you think it favors Ken Patera and the Wizard? If it's illegal, if it's immoral, we know about it and we won't hesitate to use it. Right, champion?
Some words of wisdom to you, Bobby Backlund. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I don't have to cheat all the time, Bobby Backlund, but whoever remembers who comes in second? Nobody. And I hate coming in second. I don't even like to be referred to as being second best. That's why I come from a family of winners. All my family has been winners, my brothers, including me, and I'm the greatest.
True.
Ken Patera.
From anybody. I already showed that I'm not going to be humiliated by anybody. As someone, a liar like this, a liar that is so good that he's got everybody believing him. That's the world's greatest living liar.
as far as I'm concerned. I've got nothing to prove in this Monday night at the Garden fight. Bruno's got the big deal here. Bruno is the one that has to go out and prove it, not me. I did it. Bruno shot his mouth off. Now it's Bruno's turn to back it up.
So we'll see if indeed, well, which individual is the better man. Is it Larry Zybsko with perhaps more youth, more speed, more agility? Again, a big perhaps there. Or is it Bruno Sammartino with all his years of experience and extraordinary prowess? We'll see indeed who's the better man as they clash, rather, in Madison Square Garden.
And the next contest, a tag team match presenting the sensational team.
On his way to again defend the Intercontinental Championship on this occasion in New Haven, Connecticut at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum on a Sunday night, March the 23rd. Pat, you'll be defending the title where you've enjoyed quite a bit of success as of late.
Well, Vince, I'll be meeting one of the strongest men in the world. And I'll say this, I'm not taking anything away from his wrestling ability, but I'll say one thing. If he wants to come in the ring and wrestle, I'll give him a wrestling match. If he wants to come in the ring and get a brawl, he'll get a brawl. Now, he thinks he's going to come in the ring and walk all over me. He's not going to do that. You know, he was at the Olympic, and he was a weightlifter. This is not weightlifting. This is wrestling. And I know you like to stand in the ring and pose and show your muscle to everybody. Well, I won't give you time and a chance to pose because I'm going there to wrestle, and I'm going there to keep that belt. So
College will be all 6 feet 8 inches of the mammoth individual coming into view now, known, of course, as Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan on his way to Staten Island at Wagner College. Hogan will meet individual competition.
I guarantee you they're in for a treat of their life. They've seen nothing but professors and what have you out there, but I guarantee you, here's the teacher going to show them the greatest body in the world, the greatest physique, and also the greatest wrestler in the world. Hulk Hogan, the next World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Just take a look at that. Is that a co-ed out there, co-educational college out there, or just, which is it?
Does it make a difference, Fred Blassie?
Well, yes, because if it's co-ed, they're going to lose half their pupils out there. Because the gals are all going to go follow Hulk. You know, like the old Pied Piper?
Hulk Hogan on his way to wrestle at Wagner College on Staten Island.
Over 10-minute time limit, introducing in the corner to my right from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing 242 pounds, it is Mike Masters. And here in the corner to my left from Portland, Oregon, weighing 260 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, one of the strongest men in the world, Ken Patera. And here with Ken Patera is his manager, the colorful Grand Wizard of Wrestling.
The Daily Double of the Wizard and Ken Patera. Patera about to take on Mike Masters here. Masters, good-looking young athlete, and coming on here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Pausing for a commercial break, All-Star Wrestling returns to the state of New Jersey this Friday night. Appearing in Somerville, New Jersey, this Friday, the 21st of March, will be the Polish Power, Ivan Putski. Joining Ivan Putski on the card in Somerville this Friday will be the popular Frenchman René Goulet. Later on in the week, we'd like to make the wrestling fans of Kenilworth, New Jersey, aware of the All-Star card that will appear in Kenilworth, New Jersey. On Thursday night, the 27th of March, appearing in Kenilworth will be Ken Patera.
A few words of wisdom. Here we go. Masters staying right in there on Ken Patera. And Patera must have a weakened knee. Otherwise, I mean, that really wasn't much of a hold there, Bruno. But apparently Masters has read the book on Ken Patera. Apparently there's an injury to that left knee.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because there's nothing that happened here in this particular bout. Patera must have hurt the knee somewhere, and as you say, Masters must have known about it, because as soon as the bell rang, he went after that leg. So he certainly must have known there was something wrong with Patera's leg there, and he's got him, and there's no question. I think Patera's feeling it. That knee must be very sore because Patera's in pain. But you know, Vince, he may be in pain, but this guy here, he is so strong. He is so tough. He's so quick that even though he's meeting an aggressive young man here who is, we've seen him through the weeks and months, and he's progressing. He's getting better, this Masters. He's becoming a much better wrestler as he's getting more experience. But even though, with all that, with an injured knee and a more experienced Masters, there's no way that I could even doubt that a Patera won't come back to take a Masters.
Patera with a right hand has found its mark. And Patera now favoring that again, and Masters goes right back after it. Ken Patera, the greatest weightlifter in the history of the United States weightlifting, but oh my. Patera working on the back area of Mike Masters. Slap the bear hug on him. Patera many times will not, as we understand from the Grand Wizard, Patera will not attempt to score a victory in this fashion. That is to say, to have his opponent submit. He'll try and not quite apply that much pressure, but almost that much pressure, attempting to torture his opponent, Bruno.
Well, knowing the kind of power he has, I have very little doubt that he could beat most of his opponents with a bear hug.
Absolutely. But the point is that many times he chooses not to beat him in that fashion, letting up just a little bit only to apply more pressure, weaken the back area.
Right. Well, he just likes to punish his opponents quite a bit. And look at the, after working the bear hog here, backdrop, nice about to come down with an elbow. You know,
all of which working on the back area.
Absolutely. And he's just torturing the heck out of Masters. And when he's good and ready, whether it be with the full Nelson or whatever, but he's going to beat him.
Masters is hanging tough in there. Again, working on the back. Cover. Well, Patera perhaps could have had the count of three there. There. Slapping in. Oh, there you go around. 242-pounder down to the canvas as Ken Patera slapped more pressure on the swinging full Nelson. I'm sure we'll have a submission. The referee distracted by the Grand Wizard. Patera applying more pressure. Patera, a monster of a man in many respects. Nasty attitude.
And it is the time, 4 minutes and 6 seconds on the